Alright guys, hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, this is Jesse Rebirth. And today I wanted to do something a little different. We're kind of in a different room right now because I got a printer going and they can be pretty loud and I don't want it to be drowned out just by... But anyway, we're going to be unboxing the Prime 1 Studios, The Batman Who Laughs. This character just exploded onto the scene for Batman collectors, the comic groups, everything. Dark Knight's Metal came out around, I think, mid-2017. Karen and I would go to the comic book store every week to pick them up. It's before we ever jumped on our new local comic store subscription program where we could just go and they have it ready for us. But Dark Knight's Metal started with casting and forge, and then it went into a 5-part mini-series where we had one-offs in between each of the books. And I mean, this can be an extremely complicated process to read these correctly if you only buy the graphic novels. I've had people ask me, you can find it easily on Google, the correct order to read them in if you buy the graphic novels. But there's also, when I was making this video, so anytime I get these really nice looking pictures that I throw up in these videos, I go on to the DC Read website and I buy the comics digitally so that I can screenshot it and put it in the videos. Because we bag and board all of our comics. I'm not going to take pictures of the comic because those would look bad for the video. But I went into it. You can see right here in this little video to the side. When you click the series, they put them completely in order for you. If you want to buy them each and read them, or you buy the graphic novels, you could bounce around and read it, but they're completely in order here. I thought that was really cool. But anyway, quick little brief history about Dark Knight's Metal. It's so funny because when this was happening, I knew these characters were going to be huge. I knew the Dark Knights were going to be huge. I even suggested in a group of commissioning statues with these people that they're my buddies, I said we should make the Dark Knights, and they said, well, you know, someone made the Batman Who Laughs and he didn't really sell too well. I mean, it was just ahead of its time, but now we got Prime 1 who are going to pop out all the Dark Knights. We've already seen the Drowned. They got plans for Red Death. I think they have a Superman coming. They have, there was that picture that was like a little teaser for what they're going to be doing with their Dark Knight's Metal line. But Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder create Dark Knight's Metal, right? Same guys that did the Court of Owls and everything, and they got, a 0 Year, all that. We're going to see some really cool 0 Year statue coming out from Prime 1 with the motorcycle. We paid it off on their website. We're just waiting for whenever it releases for it to actually ship. But with Dark Knight's Metal, once the Batman Who Laughs was introduced, I mean, we started seeing this character pop up everywhere. There's toys. There's statues. He's on t-shirts. He's got his own spinoff, The Batman Who Laughs, where the Grim Knight, and we got... I talked about this in the Grim Knight video, and I actually wanted to do that real quick here with the Batman Who Laughs, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that basically, they really dig the design of the character. They like it a lot, but they're not exactly sure with what goes on, like how he came to be. I'm going to give you just a quick, brief little history of how the actual Batman Who Laughs came to be. In the issue written by James Tynion IV and drawn by Ryan Rossmo, we see a Joker that has brought Gotham to its knees, destroying everything, killing all the cops, all the villains, and has drugged Batman, tied him up just to be audience to Joker executing families, only the parents, and leaving the children to be adopted into the new world. Batman's rage overcomes the drugs, and Batman proceeds to violently beat the Joker. Batman takes it as far as he feels he needs to and breaks his neck. We see a cloud of toxin released from the Joker. We cut over to the Batcave, where the Bat family are in a training session with robots that seem to be harder than ever before. They feel that they're being prepared for something. Batman proceeds to tell them that he has been infected with a new strain of nanotoxin, unlike anything he's ever seen before. It was incubating in the Joker's heart and released when the necrosis hit. The family tries to tell Bruce that they can help him. They talk about locking him away, but Batman tells him he invited them all there because they would have all been the first to notice something was wrong with him. He violently guns them all down. After we cut to the Watchtower, the Justice League is all dead. Only Superman is left. Batman brutally leaves Superman with black kryptonite, which will cause him to kill Lois and their son before dying himself. We now see a Batman who laughs, dominating everything, before meeting Barbados and having his mind expanded to a bigger picture within the Dark Multiverse, then recruiting the Dark Knights. And the rest is going to be for you to read. Alright, so right away we could see that this box, it's got a cool appearance. It's a little different than any one we've ever seen. Mine has a rip right here and it's actually taped. It's kind of beat to hell on all the corners. Right there too. So, we're going to pop him open. We got our calendar like always. We got a Prime 1 book. Doesn't seem to be anything we haven't seen before. We got some promotional material. Bane. Bane's going to be dope. That's actually just the page from the calendar. But I'm digging that back part. We got the black suited Superman. Absolutely would love to own this, but his base is just as big as the other one. And if you've seen the other Superman base, that thing takes up massive real estate within your house. All right. So this guy's going to take some major assembly. I'm actually extremely surprised. Oh yeah, we got the hell is a DX1, DX2, and DX3. I do know we got the exclusive one, so we're supposed to get one extra Robin. Oh, I get it. So it's the steps that we go, oh, I'm digging that Court of Owls mask. That is sick. All right. So let's go ahead, get this open. All right, let's open up the bottom. That is definitely where our base is. All right, that thing is padded and taped. We got our Batman here with all of his sharp items popping right through there. Oof, that is beautiful. He smells like rock and roll. All right, we got a Robin leg in there. Let's go ahead. Let's get this base up and out. All right. Oh, wow. Let's take a look at the bottom. We got number 224 of 500 of the DX. These bat heads are pretty metal. Oh. Take a look at that. That is cool. I'm digging that silver and gold. And then we got the bat symbol in the back. That's pretty cool. You know, I would almost say, looks like the mold, when they 3D printed it, it looks like the piece, because it was hollow, kind of caved in the back. Recently, Karen and I have really been playing around with the extremely large transform 3D printer. It's a resin printer, and I've really started to learn what it takes to make these things. And that does happen. If it's not thick enough or whatever, or, you know, in the curing process, things can warp and basically lose their shape. And it's crazy to see. If you've seen the Queen Studios Dark Knight Batman, that thing is gorgeously detailed. Makes me wonder where they had the supports on him when they printed him. But let's go ahead. Let's get our Batman Who Laughs up and out of this. I dig the platform shoes. He's like he's out of Kiss or something. Oh, come on, please come out. probably why they have some of this paper around him. Oh. Wow. Look at the gangliness, that huge arch in the back. I'm digging this robe, or whatever, you know, his metalness. I've actually told Karen it's her duty to go read everything of Dark Knight's metal. As I explained at the beginning of this, Dark Knight's metal was originally only a 5-part story arc, but there is a shit ton of extra content to go with it. There's one for every one of the Dark Knights. You got stories like Batman Lost, Hawkman. Oh shit, it was like Hawkman Found or whatever. Hawkman is a huge part of the story. I think this is just literally paper. Yeah. Alright, some wax paper. Now the rest of this seems like it's just going to be our Robins. We do have an arm right here. God, it is scary because he has all these little delicate straps just hanging off of him. We actually... Yeah. We're going to have to go to the next part of his packaging. Wow. Now, that ain't a lot of accessories and assembly right there. So, let's take a look. Alright, we got our DX Robin's cape. Oh shit, these are probably each of the Robin's capes. I know this is our DX Robin right here. I guess we're gonna just have to start pulling little pieces out. We got a Robin arm, so that's probably a Robin arm. We're in fact looking for, right here, these little braided rope pieces. Kind of like a little knots tied on them. And these are going to go on each side of what looked like his leg. Oh, there's boot strings. Got that one there. Alright, this one goes over here. That one goes right there. That is dope. God, his platform boots. It just reminds me of like Kiss. It's so cool. Absolutely love it. Alright, let's go ahead and pop our arm on. This will be one of our chain arms. Got a nice good contact right there. I'll tell you right now, whatever factory Prime 1 commissioned this one through, so far so good, I would say. Alright. Probably some more Robin pieces. Court of Owl mask. Alright, so this will be our other arm. I am digging that. God, you know, I love how each one's wrapped in this paper. Like, this seems to be the answers we needed. The paper is holding the pieces in for those very important pieces. Alright, next. It wants this big piece that goes across the back of our base. With our wax paper. The Batman Who Laughs. How cool is that? You know, when I saw Prime 1 was jumping on doing one of these, I was super excited. I thought that was really cool. And I said I really hope they do the rest of the Dark Knights. And we've seen the Drown. Alright. We are looking for his head. And I am going to assume that. I have no clue where it is. All right here we got some leather straps that are just falling out of this bag. Got some little fasteners. A couple more little bags. Some more straps to hang. This would be an arm. Let's see on our instructions where this head would be. Oh crap, so his head. Yep. His head is actually in the other box. Oh, thank God. Oh, how gruesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like it. I really, really like it. I like this gangly, like, basically Batman reversed into this, like, semi-muscular Joker. Look at the package on this guy. Dude's packing. All right. So, it really wants us to start getting our Robins out. How cool. Wow. You know, when you put this in to basically, when you put this into like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Ugh, I am having a word blank. All right. Basically, when you start comparing Prime 1's efforts and the amount of material used on these pieces, when you start to think about this as a $1,300 piece, when you got some sideshow pieces like Mr. Freeze, who's like $700, close to $800 for a 1/4 Mr. Freeze. And I mean, we're literally, they have their new Robin coming out. He's dope. Sideshow's Robin is tight. It's Tim Drake. Or you can switch it just that easy between, I think it's, you can switch it to a young Nightwing or a young Dick or a young Tim, just off the head sculpts. It's been a while, but it's basically the size of this, doing one little like backflip thing, and he's like maybe $500-$600. I mean, we got 3 Robins in the deal we're about to do. We have 4 Robins actually, and I believe he was like $13.99. And this Batman is going to be replacing the Batman back there, not selling him. He's just going to take up his mantle next to the rest of the half-scale pieces. I'll show you guys all a picture of it once we do it. But that spot back there is being saved for this Batman, rightfully so. Maybe we'll move Justice League Batman to the middle because he's so tall, and he'll go next to him. I don't know yet. Ah, how cool. What awkward poses. He's got a little peg back here and a peg right here. Let's see, which Robin? So they want us to set up our Robins with their capes. Basically, they want this Robin to go first. So, with that being said, let's get this Robin out. Let's start getting these capes out. This does not look like the cape we need. This one might be the cape we need. It looks like it, but I bet you it's going to be this one. Oh, shoot. All right. It is definitely this little one. All right. Let's go ahead and get that suited up on his... Oh. You know what? I was lying. What the hell's going on here? What? Oh, you know what? Shoot. All right. We have 4 robins in our deal. So, we might actually you know what? So I don't think our chain was supposed to be there. I think during shipping it got flipped into there. This, yep, this is definitely this robin's cape. There we go. See how easy that fit on? All right. It's definitely forgetting we had the DX robin in here. So, this guy sits behind our Batman Who Laughs. Maybe he doesn't. No, he does. Oh, there we go. That makes more sense. This way he's not hidden. Wow, when Prime 1 was putting this together, this thing was ambitious. All right, so we're gonna have to determine which set of arms is his. We got this arm. Should probably look at the whole picture. All right, it's definitely not that one. Oh. That is definitely our DX Robin's hand. All right, we got this hand. That looks more like the one that we need, but let's take a look here. Because this one kind of looks like the one we want back here. Nope, just kidding. Nope, not gonna happen. Oh, that. Let's check for just a couple more little robin pieces. Let's make sure what we got here. Alright, we got another right arm. And yeah, you know, this might actually be, nope, another right arm. Alright, for now, through process of elimination and how well that fits, definitely think it's that one. Even though in the picture his arm looks more up than it does there. So, now the only problem is they don't give you a really big picture to go off of with these. You gotta kind of keep referring to, like, what is his arm doing in this pose? I think this is going to be our other arm. No, not at all. Yep, that seems to be it. All right, wow. This guy is complicated. All right, so now what we need, I just seen that little ribbon we had. We're gonna need a choker because it's gonna go around his neck. We're gonna need this little piece because this definitely goes on him. There we go. A little tie. Probably listened to a lot of Avril Lavigne back in the day. Or Good Charlotte. So we need our head. We're going to have 3 robin heads. Shoot, we're going to have 4 robin heads. Alright, you know it'd be hilarious is I should try to give my grandma the DX Robin that comes with this one. She would think it's disgusting. Alright, that's one of our robins. He will be our second robin we put together. This guy, maybe they added a bunch of blood to his face. No, he'll be our third robin. This is our second robin head. Ugh, he is grisly. These things are gross. Wow. I mean, just all... Oh, crap. You know what we gotta do, though? Alright. So, we need to put a choker on him. The way they want this. You just put it right around his neck. Because that is what our chain is gonna feed through. Alright. Now, the next robin we gotta get going. These instructions are very ambiguous, but it's gonna be this one. And it will not be that cape. It shall be this cape. There we go. You can see. Oh, God, that fits in there so well. It's hard to get back out. You can see all this burlap, like, texture. It's like their capes are literally burlap sacks. All right, that's going to go right back there. See if I can go... Jeez. This thing is like one of those old 3-dimensional puzzles that were big in the 90s. Alright, so we got that. His arms. I guess let's just do a process of elimination, right? Oh, perfect. That one. Because it looked like it would go on him. And I'm assuming this one. No. Nope, that fits like crap. It's probably this one. Oh yeah. It's very creepy. Reaching out at you. Alright, now this is the one that looks like he's ready to... Oh, it's like they each have a designated chain kind of too. Because this one goes off to the side of his neck. you can see. Oh no, that can be moved. All right. All right, we got that robin. Super dope. This thing is insane. All right, let's get our third robin up here. Just based off of, okay, wow, like very contortionist, yeah. So this arm is definitely for this one. Man, this statue is shaping up to be insane. This thing is probably the coolest. We need our last chunk. Oh, it's right here. All right. Now this is our gross. It's like he's got a penguin spit coming out of his mouth. Remember at the end when all the black goo? Oh, shoot. We need his cape. That is definitely, oh, here we go. You know, when I was a little kid, I'm not ashamed to say this, but when all that black gunk came out of Penguin's mouth, when he's like dying, that creeped me out so bad. Because, what, 1992, I would have been like...
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years old. It scared the crap out of me. But one of my earliest movie-going experiences, I remember going to see Batman Returns with my mom, and we were sitting in the front row when the Red Triangle Circus Gang popped up and the skeleton scared the crap out of me. I think we actually moved a couple rows back after that. All right, so our chain. Looks like something you would have bought at Spencer's in the 90s. It's going to be tangled just like that necklace you bought from Spencer's in the 90s too. Alright. I remember when I was a little kid, when you'd have toys that came with little ropes with their accessories and everything. Every time those would get all tangled up, my grandpa was the best at undoing all that. Alright, so this, I'd always give them to him and he would be able to untangle it all. This turns out to be 3 separate chains. Alright, let's see all this stuff going on. So what happens is we take these little pieces, we get a nifty little tool to help you get these through his hands. We take these little pieces and we'll take our first chain, we'll hook it through here. And if I'm right, we go here, because then we go to the second. So you know what happens. Our first chain, we hook it, oof. Talk about brutalness to a statue. just sticking to all the magnets, getting caught on this guy's tongue. Alright, first chain. Alright, so I think, you know how in Japanese they typically go from the right side of a page over to the left and go down the opposite. If you've ever read like one of their mangas, or I mean looked at the pictures, because I can't read Japanese, it tells us that it wants us to go through his hand and then up through this hand. And it's misleading because you see this draping right here, but that would actually be our second chain. If you follow our first chain, it goes up. It's going to go around his hand. Actually, I think it's just going to go straight down. It might go around his hand. I know it wraps his hand.
Shows right there.
But it never shows it wrapping his. Yeah, there's no wrapping here. But in the final picture, there's definitely wrapping. So what we're going to do is we're going to just have that happen now. And then we want about probably that much. So what we'll do, need that to go like that. Now I wonder if I'm doing anything wrong with these little hoops, just because, oh no, that's how they're supposed to go. All right, and then this one just goes over his arm, and then connects to our next robin. Probably about right there. There we go. Ooh. Very scary. All right. Then it seems it just kind of comes back down, and it gets a little, like, you know, you don't see where it goes. This is pretty crazy. Oh, this other hand makes it very simple. To go through. So this one's about right there. We go around his hand. Believe it or not, goes there, comes back down, and then here we go, folks. I got it. Wow. There we go. Look at that. And then, you know what? I know that I don't see it anywhere else. Alright, so everything they're telling you to do on this is basically backwards. Because now we're right on track. And what they want us to do is come over the side. We go around the whole base once. We go around the whole thing once. We come up over this edge. We need our tool. We bring it in. Through his foot. Oh no, yep, through his foot. Between these. Oh my God, magnets everywhere, just connecting to everything. Now we're connecting to our robin's head. All right. We bring it up through there. From there, crap. Geez, this is gonna be more complicated. We come in through there. I believe we come down through here. We come up through this mouth. We go around the top. No, we come down from the bottom, around to this top up here. Actually, I think it wants us to go under this one. That one it wants a little bit tighter. Come up over this edge. No, we come down by the bottom. Hold on. Up over the top edge. Yep. We come down. Around our mouth again. But this time we're in the teeth area. We bring it around the corner.
Don't forget that one's underneath the base.
Which one?
That chain.
Oh. Crap. Yep, I definitely put a kink into every... With this one, it looks like it just wants us to go all the way around. Oh, you know what? That one's supposed to go through there. Because this one actually goes tight around here. Goes in behind his leg. Comes up.
Yeah.
And I guess technically you could pin them however you'd want, but this is like the guideline for what they want. Well, all right. Whew, I am sweating after all that. All said and done. All right. Our main statue. Now we're not done yet. We got one more cape. Oh, we got one more robin. I will say Prime 1 wrapped this thing better than any statue we've had from them as of recent. Look at this one. These things are so feral and so gross. I love it. Look at this. Our cape. Gonna go right on him. Our hand. Gonna go right on him. And our head. Whew. Look at that one. That one's the most Joker of the bunch. And then the cherry on top. Our Court of Owl mask just dripping in blood. That mask is sick. I love the design of it. Whew. All right, guys, we started this at 6 a.m. It is now 7:35 a.m. This was a doozy to unbox. Look at this little guy. Oh, he makes it, let's see. Oh, just velvet or whatever underneath. This little guy makes some DX. This is what kept me worried all day, the day he was set to release. The minute it hit midnight, I was in my office preparing to pre-order him, got him, and then you find out Prime 1, you could still get the DX version over there, but Sideshow, he sold out in a hot second. You could have got him at Prime 1 sooner too, but nowadays Sideshow don't get Prime 1 pre-orders till months and months and months later than when they go up on the Prime 1 website. Obviously, whatever happened to him, Sideshow lost exclusive rights to these statues early. I would even say Big Bad Toy Store gets these before Sideshow now. Big Bad Toy Store had the Joaquin Phoenix Joker with special mask on their website before it even released on the Prime 1 website, and Sideshow still has nothing for that. They might get them. They probably will. They just put the black suited Superman from BVS up, which would actually be Justice League, but we all know we were supporting the Snyder Cut when we bought that. But this is your Dark Knight's Metal Batman Who Laughs, and he 100% does not disappoint. The chains are extremely cool. They're a beautiful touch to a beautiful statue. They got the classic style base going on with the same they got with all the Arkham statues basically. This reminds me of the Suicide Squad Batman back there. It says Wayne on the back, and it's got a bat on the gate part, but this is sick. This is beautiful. I love him. I love him. He is a very well made statue, and I am extremely pleased that he came 100% okay. Because we have not had that happen for a while now. But anyways, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like or a subscription or subscribe, whatever, at the bottom. Do find me over at Instagram. We're going to be doing some more giveaways of some cool stuff we're working on. But you got to go follow me on Instagram for all of those. That's how it's going to end up working. It's Jesse_Rebirth over there as well. But I'm going to leave you here with this guy. Let's get some close-ups of him. And remember, everyone, keep buying toys.